Well guys, there you have it. I thought I'd come on and do a quick instant reaction video as Newcastle win 2-0 against Rayo Vallecano in our friendly game at St James's Park this afternoon on a very cold and snowy day here in Newcastle. The lads go out and get a good win. It was a friendly game. It was mostly about fitness. We had some good quality. Trippier played today, some great little round the corner passes, a few back heels. Generally speaking, I thought we lacked a little bit of quality up front at times. Obviously, Chris Wood scored his penalty goal. Longstaff scored a really good goal as well. I thought we were good. You know, we were good. We weren't great. Neither were they. They started the game well. The first 2 minutes, they got into us. They had a couple of efforts, and I thought, ooh, could be quite a tasty game today. But then we, as I say, Longstaff scored within the first 3 minutes, and from that point onwards, they didn't touch the ball. We were all over them in that game, and sometimes when the other team isn't pushing you, it's very easy to kind of pass the ball around and do the easy stuff, and I think that's kind of the way the game went a little bit today. But as I mentioned in my vlog that will be on the channel later on today or tomorrow, so be sure to subscribe, don't miss out on that one. It was great, as I say, it was great to be back in St James's Park, to have the fans back in there, to cheer on the lads and to see us win. But as I say, it was good to get out there and start building them back up again, ready for what is going to be a tough and hopefully very exciting second half of the season. We're back there in 2 days' time for the Bournemouth game in the Cup. That's sold out. And speaking of players, the lineups come out. It was pretty much the players that played in the Saudi Arabia game. It was Murphy and Maxi and Wood up front. So there was no Bruno, there was no Joe Linton, there was no Almiron, there was no Shaw, there was no Byrne. There was a lot of players that possibly you would have thought no Callum Wilson would have at least been on the bench and might have come on later on. There's a rumour that Newcastle actually played a friendly yesterday as well, behind closed doors, similar to what we did at the start of the season, where we had 2 friendlies in 2 days and basically played 2 different sides, one day, one the other day. So it's thought that a lot of those players in fact played yesterday, and that's why they didn't play today. Who knows? I don't imagine that it would just be made up, you know what I mean? So I'm assuming it's true, and it would make sense as to why the bench had none of those players. The bench was fully youngsters who, it was great for them to get a chance to come on and play at St James's Park towards the end of the game. I said in my preview the other day that I would like to see, you know, some of the big guys play today, like Wilson up front. Want to see, when you go and watch Newcastle, whether it's a friendly or not, you like to see the players who excite you on the pitch. You want to see Bruno, you want to see Joe Linton. But Eddie Howe has always said it. He will do what he thinks is right for the team. And I did not imagine he would play players for the sake of it. Doesn't want to get them tired with a game in 2 days' time. So I think what will happen now is, when we play Bournemouth on Tuesday, it will be the full squad. It will be the full first 11, Wilson included, Bruno included, Trippier included, Botman, Shaw. It will be the full squad on Tuesday, and then we have a full 6-day break before we play Leicester in the Boxing Day game. So we'll have to wait and see, but very excited to be back there again in just 72 hours, so we haven't got long before that game. But in terms of this one, it was a friendly. It was a good turnout. It was a good crowd. It's a chance for a lot of people who maybe don't get to go to the games very regularly to come down and watch the lads. And I thought we had a good going. If you watched the game on NUFC TV, let me know your thoughts on it down below. I've already mentioned him. I thought Trippier looked good. I tell you what, you know, the quality sometimes shines through. And when Trippier is on the ball, it makes a difference. And I don't want to drag anybody down, but there was just some times where the ball was coming through, maybe the 1-2, maybe on the turn, and it was just a little bit too far, or it was just a little bit wide, and the likes of, and to be fair, you know, players who maybe even for Newcastle aren't playing as regularly, or maybe have had a bit of time off, or coming back, or adjusting. You know, that is the reason we played this friendly, was to do exactly that, to get them back in match fitness, get them into playing matches again. But some of those passes, had it have been Bruno or Joe Linton, you don't really imagine that there would have been quite as many wayward passes as maybe there was in the final third. But yeah, it was good to see them out there. And as I say, the goal from Longstaff and the roof of that was a quality finish. Wood took his penalty very well. A few little groans that if only Harry Kane had done that as well, but it is what it is. It was a very good goal from Wood. And then, as I say, from them, we kept them quiet. As I say, an exciting game is a game that's end-to-end, it's constant. As much as you want to turn up and beat a team in a friendly like that, you also want them to push you as well. You know, preparing ourselves for Premier League football, you want to play a team who is going to push you back. And I've no doubt they've probably got players that they are rotating, players that maybe weren't available to them as well. But generally speaking, other than the first 2 minutes of the game, we pretty much ran all over them. And I suppose that's a credit to us as well. I shouldn't put us down and blame it all on them. The credit was that we went out there, we forced them off the ball, we didn't give them a chance in that game. And we should definitely take some positives from that as well. It was good to see Lejeune come back and play at St James's Park again. He is obviously the centre-back that was at Newcastle a few years ago, moved on. He himself actually took a few digs at the ex-Newcastle manager in an interview that he did, actually saying that at the time he didn't feel like maybe he was getting used in the best way, and that he believed he would have struck up a very good relationship with Eddie Howe had he still been at the club. So that's another player having a bit of a dig at our Brucey there. But who knows? I think a lot of players hit it up with Eddie Howe. And Lejeune's the kind of player that plays out from the back. A lot of injury troubles. That was one of the biggest problems. But Lascelles spoke in an interview as well and said he was looking forward to seeing him again. So yes, he got a nice little reception when he came on the pitch. There was a few cheers around the ground when he came on. And I will actually shout out, and if you watch the vlog later on or tomorrow, Vallecano had some away fans there as well. There must have been 20 of them in the Leazers corner, so big up to them to come all the way to Newcastle in the freezing cold for a friendly game today. So yeah, big up to them on that one. But generally speaking, we've got what we wanted, we've got the fitness, we've got the players out, and now we build up into what will be a very exciting second half of the season, I'm sure. And as I say, just 72 hours away before we play in the cup game as well. So if you did watch the game, whether you were here, let me know how you found it. What did you think of the atmosphere? What did you think of the lineups? What did you think of the game? Or if you watched it at home on the telly, on the NUFC TV, let me know as well. Let me know if you're going to the Bournemouth game. I will be there. I'll no doubt have previews ahead of it, and we'll have all the usual stuff on the game day. So if you have enjoyed this, subscribe, look out for it again after Bournemouth and for the rest of the season, and hopefully there'll be lots of smiles with lots of wins for the rest of the season as well. All right, guys, thanks for watching. As always, drop a like, enjoy your weekend, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.